welcome back to the Amazing Men channel. I am Brother T. Roy, and today we're going to get into the philosopher king of comedy, Mr. George Carlin. He's going to be talking about things you never see. There's tons of stuff you've probably never seen, but let's see what George got to say about it.
There's a lot of things you never see, and you don't know you don't see them because you don't see them. You got to see something first to know you never saw it, then you see it and say, hey, I never saw that. Too late, you just saw it. I know things you never see. You never see a Rolls Royce with a bumper sticker that says, shit happens. You never see a really big, tall, fat Chinese guy with red hair. You never see a wheelchair with a roll bar. You never see someone taking a shit while running at full speed. And you never see a picture of Margaret Thatcher strapping on a dildo. Then there are some things you never hear. That makes sense. Some things you never hear. You never hear this. Dad, you really ought to drink more. Here's something you don't hear too often. Do what you want to the girl, but leave me alone. Here is something no one has ever heard, ever. Ever. As soon as I put this hot poker in my ass, I'm going to chop my dick off. You know why you never heard that? Right, no one ever said that. Which to me is the more amazing thing. No one ever thought to say that before tonight. I'm the first person in the world to put those words together in that particular Here's something you don't hear too often. Honey, let's sell the children, move to Zanzibar, and begin taking opium rectally. Mom, I got a big date tonight. Can I borrow a French tickler from you? Then there are some things you don't want to hear. Some things you just flat don't want to hear. You don't want to come home from work and hear, honey, remember how we told the children never to play on the railroad tracks? You don't want to be sitting in your doctor's office and hear this. Well, Jim, there's no reason why you shouldn't live another 20 to 30 years. However, you will be bleeding constantly from both eyes. Here's something I don't want to hear. I'm pregnant, you're the father, and I'm going to kill all three of us. Calm down, have some dip. Honey, it's the police. They have a search warrant, and the 300 kilos of cocaine are still sitting out in the living room. Here's something nobody wants to hear. Nobody wants to hear this. Try to think back to when this was appropriate to your life. You and your fiancé have been invited to your mom and dad's house for dinner for the first time. Halfway through dinner, your fiancé stands up and says, I'll be right back. I gotta take a dump.
No home training.
There seems to be no really genteel way of announcing publicly a dump.
Yes, there is.
Frankly, I'm not impressed with people who tell me what they're going to do when they go to the bathroom in the first place. Doesn't that bother you, people who announce that, I'll be right back, I'm going to take a shit? Never mind! Do what you have to do and leave me out of it!
There is a way to say that you're going to the bathroom. Old school old school age used to tell me the best way to say it is, I'm going to the comfort room. And when I was younger, I was like, what the hell does she mean by comfort room? But she meant I'm going to the bathroom. And I think that's a cool, comfortable way of saying it instead of just saying I'm going to the bathroom. I'm going to the comfort room works for me. And he said something else that I kind of bugged out on, that you never see like a tall Asian heavyset guy with like red hair or whatever. Well, I live in the Bay Area and you see that kind of stuff all the time. I see, probably not too heavy, but I've seen tall Asian guys with red, blue, or whatever color hair. I've seen that stuff before. So yeah, you'll see something like that. The weirdest thing that I ever seen, to me, as far as an Asian person that kind of took me aback a little bit, is when I was down in Texas and I was talking with some people and this Asian dude came up and we were all talking, and the Asian dude had a southern accent. And it kind of threw me for a loop for a second. Of course, dude was probably born and raised in Texas and whatever, but I just never saw that before because, like I say, from the Bay Area, we have a lot of Asian people from all over, Philippines, all over the place, right? And usually they speak with their native accent a little bit. Even some of the naturally born, I've seen them speak and you can kind of tell, even though their English is great. You know, you're born here, of course your English is great. But to hear the Asian guy in Texas talk with a southern accent kind of threw me for a loop. This routine was fun. This, to me, wasn't the funniest bit that I've ever seen of George Carlin, but it's still him doing his thing, man. And I always enjoy watching George do his thing. I hope you guys enjoyed it out there, too. Come back and see me on the Amazing Them channel. Remember, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time on the Amazing Them channel. Take care.
You were put here to protect us.